Look, we have a situation where, for instance, Tema Oil Refinery, for about 30 years, we continue to pay toll recovery levy without nobody accounting to the people how much of the debt has been cleared and how much is left. And it's the same lack of accountability we have in the payment of energy sector levy without proper accountability of how much more remains outstanding. So I think that, yes, the bottom line for me would be a money matter, but we know we are all going through economic crisis, and that is where what you call bad economic management has brought us.
But the ECG says, the ECG manager says it's not money at all. They do not have money issues with the gas, and that's not why we are having the current power crisis challenging.
Evans, that's the point. That's the point I made earlier.
When we say that, it may not be entirely correct, because look, the arrangements we've entered into are good to give us a breathing space, but they are not sustainable, and they won't clear the energy sector debt. And so we need to do much more than this temporary arrangement that will give us the breathing space to do the more sustainable stuff to clear the debt. So mark my word, months down the line or a year or so, we'll come back to where we are today, because we are not dealing with the energy sector indebtedness in a more sustainable way, in a way that clears them and brings us to ground zero. So every now and then, we'll have daggers on our neck to pay or cough up. We know that the 43 million that we are supposed to pay will require ECG to mobilize much more of the tariffs revenues. I like what the current managing director is doing, taking the bold step to disconnect institutional debtors like the parliament. Last year we saw airport and all that. I think the difference between this current management and the previous management is the fact that they have the boldness to go and collect, and we want to encourage them to continue in that line. But again, I need to commend the executive for not interfering. I don't know if there are threats being thrown your way, but I think that if there are no political interferences in your work, then that is a credit to the current administration. I think that's what we need to do to make ECG efficient.
Okay.